Good evening from our side. Let us, first of all, I speak also on behalf of Dimitris in the beginning. Let us thank it's a privilege, and we are very happy and excited to be here. I want to thank personally Dr. Kefalas and Mr. Tsaltas for inviting us here. I also I want to let you know that we are computer scientists, both. So our talk will approach the issues being elaborated today from a software engineering perspective, let's say. And we'll be talking about a solution that we want to develop in order to boost, actually, I could say to co-develop with through a close collaboration with Democracy and Culture Foundation to boost deliberative democracy. Let me summarize a few challenges being told today. One is, of course, let's say the existing one-way communication between citizens and institutions. So there's no merging of, let's say, initiatives starting from citizens and policies being made or elaborated by institutions. So second thing, I think Don said a few words about this earlier. We need new ways for citizens to exercise their social responsibility, to get engaged in democratic discussions. Third, it was also stressed earlier that current, let's say, software solutions, digital solutions are rudimental, offer not more than some well-known social media and voting functionalities. And this is certainly not enough. They cannot express the plurality of human thinking and reasoning. I'll come again to this point. And also another thing is that you all know about this technocrats versus democrats dilemma. Is it a dilemma, or do we want them to work together and elaborate, discussion for mutual, let's say, gain? So let us somehow translate these challenges to some specific needs. It was stressed many, many times that we need trust, transparency, and credibility in the processes under consideration. A young lady this morning, and also before, I think we agreed that if we improve transparency, if we work more on transparency, trust will somehow automatically be increased, or this is our wish. We need to enhance participation, pluralism, and engagement through our solutions, digital solutions. This means to work on user-friendly solutions, but not only. We need to work on efficient algorithms and credible algorithms. A third need, it's about scaling up. Often we have discussions taking place in a certain region at a local level, and the same or a similar discussion takes place somewhere else. So how do we scale up these discussions? How do we build on some outcomes of a local or a regional or a national discussion, and we go at a national, international level? Fourth thing is about digital spaces, modern, if you want, digital spaces, contemporary digital spaces that enable, support, facilitate, enhance collaboration and co-creation of solutions. It's not only that I want to give, let's say, the virtual floor to someone to express her opinion, but I want her to work closely with her peers and elaborate it, refine it, make it more valid, add evidence, etc., etc. So, again, as I said, these needs for us mean that we need to develop a suite of algorithms. And what we say that we need the machine, we need the computer, and we need to build on the synergy of human and machine reasoning. We want to have humans and machines in the loop, okay, build on the strengths of each party, and develop new solutions. These solutions, so we should digitize the content of our our deliberations. We should digitize this content, and we should semantically annotate it. So the machine, the computer, starts understanding what is going on in discourse. We need to find some ontologies and tag a script, tag a discourse. So, for example, the machine understands that this piece of the discourse is an argument in favor of a position, or this is an argument against a position, or this position contributes to this policy, or this is a preference. This argument is more preferable than this solution is more preferable than the other one, or some constraints, or some limitations, etc., etc. So, second, let's say, family of algorithms, it's about how we visually present a complex and a long-lasting discussion involving a lot of people and stakeholders of different type. A third one is, okay, the discussion scales up, grows up, but how we extract and summarize hundreds of arguments. There are technologies, AI technologies, that are mature enough that can contribute towards this issue, can summarize pieces of text, can detect similar pieces of text. So in this way, we can handle this expression of thousands, let's say hundreds of opinions and arguments. Another issue could be how can we classify and cluster users? Equally important, how we interconnect related discourses. Dr. Kefalas talked, and you all know about the Building Blocks of Democracy project. So 5 different discussions emerged and reach some conclusions, but then these 5 discussions need to be somehow connected. Also, how can we reuse pieces of past discourses? Okay, this ADF takes place annually, and next year we can exploit the outcome of this year's results. Okay, if we properly structure them, it will be easily searchable, findable. We can easily search the machine, query our, let's say, database about arguments in favor of this issue or against this policy, etc., etc. Important for us as well, how we make users aware of the evolution and outcome of a deliberation. A part of AI called Explainable AI, XAI, comes here, and technologies are mature enough to offer citizens and stakeholders in general an easily, let's say, interpretable explanation of the algorithm. And also there are initiatives and algorithms working on detection of conflicts and inconsistencies.
ORBIS is a recently approved EU-funded project that consists of a balanced mix of universities, research institutes, enterprises. It is structured around 2 main pillars. The one on the left, as you can see, is the social pillar, where our socio-political scientists can experiment with different deliberative democracy models. We have examples of bringing a matter where experts discuss and then this matter is going to the citizens, or we could try different ways where citizens start first, initiate a discussion. And we're going to experiment with different scales, as mentioned earlier, from local, regional, even to global levels. And on the right side is the technical solution, where, as Nikos explained, we will develop algorithms on how to extract arguments, how to mine opinions from social media, how to visualize them, how to put them in an evolution, let's say, how we can visualize them to observe the evolution of a deliberation process. It was also mentioned the explanation services and the XAI, which is really important because accountability, as mentioned, is a challenge that has to be addressed, but not only from the side of humans, but also from the machines. We have to break, let's say, the black box of AI and keep the machines also responsible. So also, and we will apply actually natural language processing or natural language understanding techniques. I think our main point is we have the maturity to develop such technologies, and it's our time to do it to aid and facilitate democratic processes. As part of the project, we have 6 use cases, 2 of which concern the DCF. The one is the building blocks of democracy that was discussed earlier, and the other one is the Teams for Democracy. This is a 3-year project, meaning that it's the beginning, and now we will aid the discussions, and maybe next year we will visualize and see the outcomes of discussions on complex issues that will take part in different scales, as mentioned. I think that's our point, Nico. Yeah, well.
I just leave this as a take-home message. Just to conclude it, Anthony says all the time that democracy is a process. We would like to add it's a process of learning. So what we try to develop can be thought of as a public memory, as a collective memory. You have all the discourses, and the discourses about the initiatives structured in a nice way, in a semantically rich way. As I said, searchable, easily reachable by everybody, transparent, etc., etc. So if it is there and the citizen knows that she can go and see why this policy has been applied, it's a good thing, it's a step forward. And we should learn from past discourses. I said before, it's nice sometimes to use pieces of discourse in an ongoing one, the current one. So we keep making the right decisions. We avert making the wrong decisions because we have learned from the past. And this contributes toward building a collective, a public, a memory of democracy, if you like, full of evidence, full of citizens' arguments, documentation, etc., etc. And I think we thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Sam Chang. I am president of the Negative Vote Association based in Taiwan. I have a question related to direct democracy and online petition collection systems. I sponsored an initiative in California, and in 2020 it was stopped basically by the pandemic. So I looked into the issue of online petition gathering and found that it's very rare in the world. So a specific question for Minister, so does Greece have it, and do you plan to have it, and what's blocking it and not having it? And also a general question, Why is it so rare? I have my own answers because in Taiwan, the law specified an online system must be built. And the government built such a system 5 years ago, and it's been under security review ever since. The security review has not been completed yet. The same government, however, was able to put together an online mask purchase system within 3 months without any concerns for security. So the question is it a technical issue, or is it really a security issue, or is it simply people in power don't want it, they will not do it?
Secretary General, do you want to address the situation in Greece in terms of petitions online?
Yeah, so if I understood correctly, is whether the state uses online petitions to get opinions or make decisions based on these online petitions. If I understood the question correctly. The short answer is no, we do not use online petitions, at least in an institutionalized manner from the state, either centrally or regionally. There might be a case where some state institution will decide to do such a process, but it's still very informal and it's not binding on what the state or the organization will actually decide upon. So the short answer is that no, Greece does not have such online petitions institutionalized and binding for the administration.
Another question, maybe? You're all so tired. No questions already?
No, I can see somebody back there.
Back
There's somebody back there.
Great.
Yeah.
Hey, hello, I'm Thomas Chore, representing Global Liberal Arts Alliance students here. I wanted to ask, more specifically, it's been mentioned here, you have mentioned the conference on the future of Europe, and you're both representing Greece, and maybe I'll just put a very short comment, like, it was supposed to be a huge experiment on deliberative democracy, and basically politicians across the aisles, left and right, agreed that it was a successful experiment. But when I was talking to my fellow Europeans, people in my country, Slovakia or other countries, frankly, 99.9 percentage points did not hear of that or have not had any knowledge on the very existence of the conference on the future of Europe. So I would like to ask on the very conference and also maybe on the lessons learned from that. You specifically mentioned that the deliberative democracy might be the way to go ahead, and maybe I would like to ask about the solution you've proposed. During your presentation, you've mentioned that you want to make it large scale. So how would you achieve that? How would you achieve that more people are involved, that the conference is not for a very small percentage of the population, but it is large scale? Thank you very much.
Thank you. That's a great question, I think, maybe for the professor.
Yeah. For us, I said again, from a software engineering perspective, user engagement is a big issue. You may develop the smartest system of the world. You offer ugly interfaces. You don't explain things. You make it hard for people to participate. You lose them. So, from a technological perspective, I say that we should make the whole thing transparent. Store everything nicely in a structured way so citizens can exploit functionalities for searching, reusing, co-creating, refining, etc., etc. I'm not a social scientist, but I guess they need also to know about our tools, and we need to work together with them in order to shape, let's say, modern solutions that augment transparency and also scalability. We, as computer scientists, we have algorithms to work on, collaborate the scaling issue, to somehow to offer, think about, I put it simply, zoom in, zoom out functionalities, interconnecting discourses, etc., etc. But again, it's not only an issue of technology, I think. Social scientists, sociopolitical scientists need to work with computer scientists and find innovative solutions that address, modern solutions that address the needs of our society, of this society, of current society, today's society.
Complement what you say. I mean, a big challenge is, the structurally, what we call the structurally marginalized or the disenfranchised parts of the society. Technically, and actually from a technical side, we have translation tools, we have, voice-to-text tools, we have the capacity to process large, pieces of text. So from a technical side, we have the capacity to address that. From the social side, it's meant to be seen, and I think we need the collaboration of governments, enterprises, and other institutions.
Dawn, I'm curious to hear your take on the social part of it, not the technical part.
It is a social technology as much as a technological one. But I wanted to address the Citizens Assembly on the Future of Europe. It was a mixed bag, that's for sure, in terms of its success or failure. But one of the things that I think most people understood coming out of it, that one of the failures was that it wasn't recognized and it wasn't given enough publicity so people could see it in action. With that said, I mean, each one of these experiments is valuable. We're at the beginning of a curve where we're learning a lot, where we're trying to figure out what the system's going to look like and how to do it well. And so on the social technical side, as I said, that is the magic in this work, is really trying to figure out how to we live in a moment where we want to be more inclusive and we want to be more diverse. And that's not just political culture of the moment. That's actually a social movement that forever will change us. Again, going back to what's going to be intolerable to us, those kinds of systems that are exclusive and that are elitist will never be tolerable again. So how do we create systems that can do this well? And that's the magic. It is social science that needs to get us there. It's not going to be technical capacity, although that's helpful.
Well, sounds like a great project for the next year, bringing in the social scientists with the technology people. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.